know what time it is. This is Kiyha's Jambaliyha. You know I'm always cooking up something hot. Come on in. Let me feed you, baby. Well, we back again for another episode of Kiyha's Jambaliyha. Grab yourself a bowl, a spoon, slide your chair up, because I'm going to serve it up to you hot. Now, y'all know every year I got to talk about the Met Gala, because the Met Gala seats cost up in the upwards of $40,000.
A seat?
And this is per seat. Per seat. To be able to come and walk in someone's fashions. Now, a lot of the fashion designers that want their pieces shown or seen, a lot of them actually sponsor the outfits to different stars that they'd like to wear their wares. So we love and appreciate that part of it, but the very expensive event, to say the least. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this Met Gala, but I have to say, of everyone that was there, Rihanna, this piece, this upper piece, this jacket full of roses, Rihanna goes on to tell the people that each rose took 30 hours to make. I was flabbergasted. I was flabbergasted. So much work and intricacy goes into these outfits, and the people, for one night. This is for one night. And she said that she almost thought she wasn't going to have an outfit, but they literally, they got it done and rushed the outfit to her. But Rihanna, oh my gosh, how beautiful. How beautiful. When you get a chance, please go and check out the photos from the Met Gala and see what I'm talking about. Like, there's nothing like it. But I think the Met Gala theme was like
Karl. It was Karl.
Karl Lagerfeld, but it's Karl Lagerfeld something bride. The bride of, is it the bride of Chanel or the bride of?
I don't know about the bride part, but I know that it was honoring the different houses that he worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think the theme was actually the bride of something. But okay. Oh God, Little Nas X, I'm just over him. He showed up just covered in diamonds. I'm just butt ass naked, covered in diamonds. I can't deal with this young man
and
right
a thong.
Now. And
bright like a diamond.
I'm confused by what I'm looking at. I'm like, Little Nas X, could you have not put on a pair of shorts first?
I feel like he's still in his initiation phase of the whole underworld, but I am a conspiracy theorist, so hey.
Well, me too. I have to say, just because I feel like he's just out of control. But I can say this, and this is like when I see him, we've talked about this last year, how they were calling him my king. I almost feel like he's the second coming of the Antichrist, because they were calling him my king at one of the last year's shows. It was crazy. It was like, even Nelly called him my king. I was like flabbergasted.
Wait. Are you gonna discuss Doja Cat's cat face?
Oh my gosh.
I was trying to figure that out.
Yeah, she was meowing and purring. She never spoke one word the entire night. She stayed in character the entire night. But I also think that she is being, I didn't touch on this because Doja Cat, I feel like something is happening with her, and they got her on the MK Ultra. I think she's like
they're silencing her. So this is a way to silence her, but she's still out.
Yes.
The fans get to see her, but they can't hear her.
Right. Kind of. The embarrassment and binding of the tongue. Like, maybe she said something somewhere or something. So it's touchy. Mm-hmm. It's touchy. But yeah. So Gabrielle Union and Dwyane Wade, I feel like they kind of switch roles for this Met Gala. Like they switched each other's outfits. Like she wore his and he wore hers. But they were sharp. They were so sharp. I feel like Zaya Wade dressed both of them, because they they look sharp in real life. I love them. And you never really get to see them in the photos on the actual runway. This looks like maybe they're coming out of a building that they stayed in for the evening, but sharp nonetheless.
You said who? Dwyane Wade?
Yeah, and
yes.
Gabrielle.
Yes. They were impeccably dressed. It was crazy. Now, that evening, there was some controversy, and I guess I feel like there's always some controversy around the Met Gala, but this controversy was different from any of the other stuff I've ever heard. So apparently, Kim Kardashian showed up to the Met Gala with North, but North was not able to attend. So it says, a fan spots North West stranded on New York City streets while Kim K attends the Met Gala. Now, we all know that there's no way that North was abandoned or stranded anywhere on the streets. She got about 5 or 6 bodyguards around her. Like, you can clearly see her car is parked right where she's at. Like, she jumped out of the car and was like, I'm tired of sitting in the car. She got out the car and she stood over just by, like, on the curbside, not far from the Met Gala. And all the security guards are around her and people are walking by. They know not to touch this kid. So they're doing the photo ops. They're taking pictures. She's waving at them and stuff like that. But the fact that they tried to make it look like the little girl was stranded outside the Met Gala was crazy. She's at the Met Gala outside, y'all. She's fine.
And why didn't they let her in?
Because she can't come in the Met Gala.
It's adults only, because that's where they're doing their rituals.
Oh, true.
She's not ready for that yet.
Well, she could go in, but she might be on the plate. So
true.
You gotta stay in. This is why you gotta stay in the child's place. So she sat outside in the car, and she got out when she was ready. When she couldn't take it no more, she got security guards. And they will kill anybody if somebody try to touch that kid. They don't want to deal with Kanye. They don't want to deal. They don't want to deal with that man. But can we talk about this? Because I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know the people. I don't want to believe that this is true, but it's like, oh my god, what happened to Jamie Foxx, you guys?
Yeah, I don't know what happened because I've been seeing stuff. What's happening, Jamie?
Oh my goodness! I think that it's that time, and they're doing that thing that Jamie Foxx do. Jamie Foxx, he supposedly took sick. He was out somewhere and got sick while he was out. Now, when the ambulance and the police arrived, Jamie Foxx told the police that someone tried to kill him. But the media is saying, Hollywood is reporting back that he had a stroke, but he said that someone tried to kill him. But apparently Jamie Foxx is not doing well.
Yeah, they're taking him out.
Why?
That's the question.
Well, next week.
He did talk. Wasn't there talk about him outing some old news about, was it R. Kelly?
P. Diddy.
Thank you.
Yeah. And it was a couple of different things because lately, there's been some old videos. So now what a lot of people have been doing, I guess for the cancel culture purposes, they've been going and unearthing all of these old interviews that these stars were doing that were not on the not so big networks. And talking about, oh gosh, Justin Bieber was one of the people that they have been talking about. Usher is one of the people they've been talking about. How Justin Bieber was groomed in the industry and how many artists on camera sexually violated him and sexually harassed him for the media to see, and no one did anything.
Wow.
But it was tied in with a story about Jamie Foxx and how Jamie Foxx used to throw these parties and Puffy used to come to these parties. And then this is how he almost came into the inner circle. They start making music. Okay, so all of this is a thing. Now, apparently, Jamie Foxx says like, yeah, well, this is what's going on. And yeah, these types of things happen at Puffy's house. Like, but if you go there, you know what you're getting into. So, and more.
And adding to it that he was the camera person. He was brought in as just the person to film everything. So he has the real documents, or the real receipts, as we say.
Right.
So that's probably why they're trying to cancel him.
Well, and not just cancel, but because they're not publicly trying to cancel him. They're making it look real good.
Well, I mean, cancel in real life.
Yeah, but it looks like they're trying to unalive him. And
him. And didn't it start with high blood pressure?
This is what I don't know. This is what they say, but I don't know how much of it is true. But I'm looking into, what the underground news is saying about these different things. Anyways, in short, we're praying for Jamie Foxx right now. We are, sending up all the love for him right now, because we do know it has begun to get sticky.
Just take a quick positive cause just to shout out our homegirls, Kemba and Andrea from Keen Real Estate Group. Whenever you're thinking real estate, whenever you're thinking investments, whenever you're thinking about planning for the long term, think Keen Real Estate Group. They're generating wealth for generations. KeenGroup.ca. If your goal is to purchase a car and to make the process as simple as possible, just get a car broker, guys. You just get a car broker. Big shout out to our homeboy, Hamsdale Jacques, the owner of hjcourtierauto.com. That's HJCOURTIERAUTO.com. If you're a small to medium-sized business and you're getting started and you're ready to go to the next level, what do you need? You need a phone line and you need a website. Think Mainstream Digicom. They got all your telecommunication needs checked. MainstreamDigicom.com. You're trying to get out on the web. You're trying to understand how to navigate through ads. Check out Java Logics for all your marketing, your digital marketing. Where would we be without Preston? I don't even know. Check out Java Logics. I give thanks to Preston for what he's done for the OFC. The amount of positive reviews we've gotten from all his referrals, we're proud to stand behind his work. Check out javalogics.com. No, it's not just because he's my brother. It's because you can't talk hip-hop in Montreal without saying M City Solo. Guys, check out his latest project, In My Fields, available on mcitysolo.com. If it's not one of the hardest new EPs to hit Montreal, come and let me know. You already know. It's your boy, Pharaoh, bigging up, mcitysolo.com. Keeping the culture alive. I gotta give thanks to West Can Folk Performing Company. For the last 40 years plus, they've been promoting our culture through song, drum, and dance, educating youth, the children, the seniors. Just check them out, westcanfolk.com.
Girl, what are you cooking?
My curry chicken.
Ooh, you're burning it. Oh,
gosh, it looks so...
It's okay, girl. You need the Curry House. They have the best Caribbean food in town. 2 locations in Montreal, West Island, and Côte-Neige. For more information, follow Caribbean Curry House, MTL. Don't forget to mention the Empower Hour for your 10% discount.
So, who placed in the order?
Me.
DeVito, WizKid, Burna Boy. Those are just some of the big names that's blessed Montreal thanks to Afrobeats Montreal. Definitely check out Afrobeats MTL for all concerts, show listings, everything that has to do with Afrobeats in the city. Check out Afrobeats MTL. One full circle. We are the Melanated Community Resource Hub and Network. What does that mean? We're here for each other.
However, there's some things that the underground news says that we should look out for when it comes to this situation. If at any point Jamie Foxx does pass away, we'll know if Puffy had something to do with it, because they say every time that Puffy unalives someone, he changes his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He done changed it like 3, 4, 5 times.
I know. Yeah. It's like...
Well, apparently he also they're trying to say that they believe that he's believed to be behind several unalivings of people who had either tried to write books or had video footage or something like that of these acts. Because when you go into these locations, you sign non-disclosures, they take your phone from you. You're not supposed to have a phone. So if you had a secondary backup phone, like say per se in your underwears or something like that, and they didn't check that, and you ended up filming someone and having something, those people apparently they're all gone. They say and there's a list of them. So I don't want to spook y'all out.
Wasn't Kim Porter coming out with a book?
Kim Porter was coming out
And
with
her
a book,
laptop
and
was missing, eh?
her son actually tweeted, "Where's my mama's laptop?" To P Diddy, "Where's my mama's laptop?" So,
Did he change his name after Biggie passed?
Yeah.
I feel that one's.
Yeah, it's tripping me out. In other news, we got to talk about this because legendary talk show host Jerry Springer passed away at the age of 79. And they said that Jerry Springer is already in heaven causing problems. Like, let's bring out Mary and Joseph.
R.I.P. Jerry Springer. Give me some good jokes in my youth.
I hated him.
Okay.
I feel like I was conscious back then. I was just like, it's such trash. Like,
yes.
And it's such trash. And why are we entertained by people's fighting and stuff? But he would stand off to the side, if you remember, his hands folded with a smug little look and his finger on his chin. And I was just like, I don't like you. I don't like you.
Mm-hmm. You know, I know what you mean too, because I was one of those kids too. I was easily embarrassed by others' behaviors. So Jerry Springer was one of those shows that kept my face fire engine red. Honestly, my grandmother loved it. She loved smut TV. But I think her thing with liking it, and why for me it became also a staple, because we have so many paternity oopses in life. And my grandmother always used to bring these things up. So she used to say, yeah, we should call Jerry Springer on such and such. We should call Jerry Springer on this one. They got the 1-800 number at the end. So I used to be like, what, Nan? She like, yeah, go and look how wide the kids look like that.
All the tea. She spilled all the tea.
He got a daycare. How come every single child in the house look different? This poor man, all he do is go home and go away and work, and all she do is get pregnant. Ain't none of them kids his. And it kept me intrigued, but I felt the same way. I felt like this is smutty, like this is bad, but entertaining nonetheless, and took up many of our years in the times when there was nothing really for us to watch on TV. We kind of took to that reality TV thing. And so kudos to Jerry Springer for keeping us engaged for so long until he absolutely couldn't anymore. So kudos to that guy.
Kudos, R.I.P. yo.
Yeah, kudos and R.I.P. to the most muckle man you ever see in your life.
Muck, for real.
So I have one last question, and one last thing I want to talk about, and I want you guys' honest opinions. You now live in Hollywood, and you're low on cash, and you see an advertisement for a babysitting job. It's either to babysit North or Blue Ivy. Who you babysitting? And why?
Wow, good question. I think I'd babysit Blue Ivy. And just because culturally I feel like I could connect somewhere, because and this is, again, culturally, it has nothing to do with the race, but I think culturally I would have a better understanding of how she's being raised and be able to engage and mind her properly. Blue North, like that Kardashian side, is a different energy, and her the way she's being raised, you know what I mean? It might just be different than what I'm culturally used to.
Yes.
I'm glad you said that because it actually sways it helps me to decide. I would say North because I would want to sow into her some positivity. And there were a few early where she would go live and she would say some things. She didn't care. She was outing her mother on, no, you didn't, like really straight up Kanye energy. And I was like, that needs to live in her and not die in her, especially because they're separated. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So I went through it and I feel like you feel. I kind of took that stance too. I love the fact that Blue Ivy has so many positive Black role models around her. And she is, even though, I see her be a little bit sassy with her dad. And that was something I considered too. I was like, I would like to teach her that, don't let this stuff go to your head. Don't be one of them. I want you to always remember to be polite because being polite and mannerable will take you where money cannot. So don't ever forget that. Those are things that but when I think about it, who could better use my influence? And I think that North would be that child, especially also that her kid is Gemini. I'm like, listen, I know her daddy is Gemini. I know she needs a little bit of love, a little more love and attention. But she acts just like him. And so when I said, yeah, you know what? This is a kid that I would probably babysit her because I would teach her all of the Black girl codes. Listen to me. When I ain't even talking to you. You gonna sit there and you and your mom and them start doing that. You look at me first. And I'm going to tell you whether or not you should say anything. And I'm going to just blink or I'm going to turn my head. If I turn my head and look over out the window, that means mind your business.
Yeah.
You understand? I would teach her those things. All of that getting online dressed up like Ice Spice, curve it. Because you ain't about to do that. No, sis. Now, your daddy already said on the TV that he thought that's what you was going to turn into in his absence. So don't do it. Give me all the stuff out the closet. Give me all that fast stuff. Give it to me. Don't buy her no more of this stuff, yeah?
All right, I see.
Yeah. So yeah,
I like that approach.
So
you're coming in to actually to fix that parenting and you see, I play more the role of like, look, I'm not trying to come and change your life, son. If this is how you guys want to live, I'm here to facilitate for those who want the facilitation. I'm not here to come and change things up. But I do like the approach of, if you can and you could intervene and help to curve her to go in a better direction. Yes, let's do it.
That was more like the auntie role. Would you say, Kai? You more like
well, at $30,000 a week, I'm going to bring more to the table than just snacks. Right. Yeah,
I would say I'm more in between the two of you and say that it's let me pull out what's already in there. Like there's some seeds that are bubbling. Let's make sure that those seeds actually grow. And I know a little girl, her mom was white and dad wasn't in the picture, Black. And I remember we went swimming and we happened to go to swimming the place that everybody is white except for us. And she swims over to me and she says, "Oh, they just don't understand." And I was like, oh, like she identifies with her Black side, despite not having a lot of that role around her. So it's important to show up.
Matters.
Yes, representation definitely matters.
Absolutely. Well, that is my segment, you guys. So thank you for showing up for Kaya's Jambaliyha and having a little bowl with me.